What is going on, everybody? What is going on? The Catch fam. Hope you guys are doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope you guys have had a great Monday. Hope you guys all had a great and safe weekend. So, we know that the playoffs are coming up this weekend for the 2022-2023 NFL season. We know that fantasy football is officially over. We know that it's been over for a majority of you guys, being that most fantasy managers only play through week 17. But now with week 18 over and the playoffs coming up quickly this weekend, feels like outside of best ball tournaments and what Underdog has to offer, fantasy is over for a majority of us, right? But like we did last year here on the channel, here again, we are running the NFL Playoff Challenge, completely free to join. We've already got a large group of you guys together through Discord and everything. So tonight, I'm going to go over exactly what the NFL Playoff Challenge is. It's just a fun and free way for everyone in the community to kind of come together throughout the playoffs, have something to keep on top of, and in a sense, have a fantasy lineup as well. So overall, this should be a lot of fun. Everyone who did it last year had a lot of fun. This year, I want to get the group as large as possible. So I'm going to be spamming you guys all over the place on Discord and throughout the streams until the playoffs start, to really just this week. Ultimately, guys, this is a lot of fun, and I just want us to have something to keep up, in terms of the playoffs as a community with. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. Link is in the chat. Go ahead and join if you guys haven't done so. You guys will need the group password, which is all caps Catch Fam 2023. But that's in the chat as well. So yeah, hit that like button on the way in. Hop in the live chat, man. Let me know what's popping. Let me know if you guys watched the college football playoff championship. If you watched the first half, at least. I didn't watch anything past the first half, and yeah, Georgia wipes out TCU 65-7. Jeez Louise. Anyways, let me know what's popping with you guys. Let me know how everyone's doing, man. Let me know what you guys are thinking in terms of the first round of the playoffs. We can go over some early playoff predictions tonight as well. That'll kind of tie into some of my picks overall. But ultimately, tomorrow night, Steve and I will be on. We're going to run through our fantasy awards for the season, as well as some playoff predictions. So I don't want to get too much into playoff predictions. I want to save it for tomorrow, but ultimately, it's going to tie into some of the players I choose tonight. So anyways, I know a lot of you guys had questions about how does this work, how should I pick my team, etc., etc. We're going to go over some of the rules. We're going to go over how I pick my squad, and then you guys can do whatever you want with that information. So I'm going to hop right into the live chat. Smash a like for me, guys, and let's have some fun. Let's talk some football. All right. Best Dogs, what's up, man? Glad that you're in the challenge. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate you coming out tonight, man. J-Dubs, what's up, my guy? Good to see you, bro. Mr. Sarcastic in the house. It was, yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot of the game, not going to lie. But yeah, definitely tough. And Tried Ocean was good, bro. Good to see you. What's up, man? What up, what up? Ghost Hunter, what's up? Good to have you guys. GR, I have Discord, but how and where do I find the link in Discord? Let me resend it on Discord, because it was on the announcements thread, but it's gotten a little bit pushed back just with other things that have come up in other discussion. So I'm going to go ahead and drop it on the announcements channel, or thread, excuse me, for Discord. So it's at the top for you guys, or at the bottom, I should say. And then I'll go ahead and type out the password as well, because you guys will need that when you're after you click the link and you're prompted to join. So password is below it as well. All caps Catch Fam 2023. So all right, let's see. Let's see. All right, Ignatius, what's up, bro? You'll see in a second. So that's the main thing, guys. No one needs to panic about drafting like right now. You can draft at your own discretion. You just want to make sure you draft before the Saturday game kicks off. So the first game, Saturday, is at 4:30. Seahawks, Niners. And you've got Chargers, Jags Saturday night as well. So just make sure you pick your team before 4:30. And actually, technically, if you miss the first week of picks, you can still play. You're just only going to be able to pick Eagles and Chiefs players, which isn't the worst thing, I think you could argue. But technically, you could miss this week and still join, and you would just only be able to pick Eagles and Chiefs players because they're on bye. How many picks do we get? One quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, a kicker, and defense. So, and I think J-Dubs, you also asked, is it half? Yeah, what is this, the scoring format? So we can pull that up here, okay? So I believe it goes by like NFL.com's fantasy, like there's kind of their scoring format, which is full PPR if I'm not mistaken. But let's see. Rushing and receiving touchdown, 6 points. Fumble recovery, 6. Passing touchdown is 4. Keep that in mind. Rushing or receiving, so it's... maybe it's not full PPR. Let's see. So 1 point per 10 yards rushing or receiving. So yeah, no PPR included here. I mean, I guess that makes sense for the way like points kind of accumulate and everything. So yeah, basically standard, I would say. Basically standard. And also look, I mean, you're gonna have to pick a defense as well. So I might want to go over the defensive scoring if that matters to you guys as well. But do have the rules pulled up here for you guys. If you guys have anything, we can look it up as well. All right, let's see. Let me know if you guys have questions, and I'll kind of feed off of your guys' questions as well. Albert, what's good, bro? Good to see you, man. Prey, what's up, dog? So, Prey's asking, how do we do the draft, right? So, just click the link, join the group. That's the first, you know what, I could actually, oh gosh, what is this? All right, so if, oh, this is not where I want to be. That's fantasy. I don't know why it keeps giving me this error message. All right, so once you click the link that's either on Discord or the top of the chat, you know, you're basically just going to be on this screen showing that you're in the group, essentially, right? What you want to go over to is My Picks, and then at this point, you know, you can't obviously pick for round 2, round 3, or the Super Bowl. But for the first round right here, this is what you want to look at because it's prompting you to add your players, right? So essentially, all you have to do is click add, and you pick whoever your quarterback's going to be, right? And it does show you like the start percentage of who people are choosing, right? So keep in mind, right? Patrick Mahomes is on bye week. This is important to pay attention to, okay? Jalen Hurts is on bye week. These are 2 good examples, right? You can still pick Patrick Mahomes as your primary quarterback. What's going to happen is he's not going to accumulate any points this week, obviously, but he's going to earn a points multiplier, right? So starting in round 2, he's going to have a 2x next to his name, okay? So you don't really lose out on points because whatever he scores next week, he's going to score double. But keep in mind, let's say you pick Christian McCaffrey as you're running. Well, let's go back to quarterbacks just to simplify it, right? Let's say you pick Josh Allen, right? If the Bills advance after this week, you know, if they beat the Dolphins, then Josh Allen will also get that 2x multiplier, okay? So a bye week for the Chiefs or the Eagles will not count against you. That player will still advance and earn 2x next week. But they're also kind of taking away that additional week, like if you compare the Bills versus the Chiefs, because a lot of the the number 1 seed for the AFC and NFC are going to be players on teams that people are going to be going after in the challenge, if that makes any sense. But let's say you take Josh Allen as your quarterback, right? So he's not getting necessarily any multiplied points for the first week. He's getting that 2x going into round 2. But if he advances, if the Bills advance to the conference championship, he's going to get 3x points. So the goal of this, at the end of the day, to get the highest score is to pick the most players that advance through the playoffs because they get those point multipliers. Okay, so you essentially want to build a squad of players who are going to the Super Bowl, right? You want to pick 2 teams. I mean, that's how most people do it. That's how most of the winning teams do it. Because keep in mind, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the stream. There's a first place prize for whoever comes out first for the Catch Fam League. But keep in mind, NFL.com runs their own giveaways for this. I don't know what they're doing this year, but you can win prizes through NFL Fantasy or NFL.com, whichever way you want to look at it. So last year, I think they gave out Super Bowl tickets to this year's Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. But they do some stuff for the top scoring teams. So keep that in mind too. You guys aren't just playing for a Catch Fam #1 spot and a Catch Fam prize. There's other things at stake here. I don't know if they've announced what they're putting out there. All right, here's a good tool. This is the roster based on the highest percentage of players being drafted. So you've got a mix here. You got Niners, Bills, Bengals. Wow. I'm kind of surprised no Chiefs or Eagles. I mean, Hurts is at 5%. Wow. The other way to look at it, right? So if I remember this correctly, let's say Austin Eckler is my RB1 and the Chargers advance to the divisional round and he balls out in the divisional and the wild card round, and let's say he had 20 points in week 1 against the Jags. The next week, whoever he plays, he gets a point multiplier, takes him to 40. Then he has another 20 points. He's sitting at 60 points, but the Chargers get knocked out of the playoffs. You keep those 60 points in your score, okay? So you have the 60 points that you earned through 2 weeks from Austin Eckler. But going into round 3, the Chargers are no longer in the playoffs. You pick a new running back. So let's say in the conference championship, it's the Bengals and the Bills. Even though you didn't draft Joe Mixon at the beginning of the playoff challenge, as long as he wasn't your RB2, you can pick Joe Mixon. But let's say Joe Mixon was your RB2 next to Austin Eckler throughout the challenge. Your RB1 probably is going to be Devin Singletary or Cook, right? So you can still pick a player who you don't necessarily think is going to get through to the Super Bowl if you think they are going to give you an advantage long enough for 1 or 2 weeks, if that makes sense. And then you never know. If they do get the conference championship or the Super Bowl, then they earn those points multipliers. So it could work out. I mean, when we looked at the challenge last year, not really anyone out there saw the Bengals going to the Super Bowl, for example, right? And a lot of people did pick Jamar Chase, for example, just because of his potential through the first, 2 rounds or first round of the playoffs, right? So a lot of the winning teams out there last year had Jamar Chase on their team, for example. So, yeah, I hope that gave you guys a couple scenarios to think about here. But let me get back to the chat, and then I'll keep kind of going through thoughts that I have as this. It just makes so much more sense. Once you get through 1 week of this, it'll make perfect sense. Once round 1 is over, it's super, super simple. All right, Albert, let's say you pick T. Higgins and he advances past this weekend, then the next weekend he gets double the points. Yes. Albert says, yeah, pick the players that you think are going to advance the farthest. That is, in theory, the best strategy. Cedar Cinnabon, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Doing good. Albert, the further the players you pick advance, the more points they get. Exactly. So what happens if your player's team doesn't advance? Do you get to pick someone else? Yes, you do. Like I said, so let's say you pick Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. He gets the bye week in the first week, plays in round 2, gets the points multiplier for being on bye last week, advances to round 3. The Eagles make it to the conference championship. He gets the 3X next to his name. The Eagles lose. The Niners and the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, then you can pick Patrick Mahomes or Brock Purdy as your quarterback, okay? So, like, the best case scenario, like, you think of it, right? Like, oh, I had Jalen Hurts the whole way through. Now I'm getting Patrick Mahomes. I'm in a really good position. When actually, depending on how things go, you could be at a huge disadvantage in comparison to teams that had Patrick Mahomes since round one. You know, Patrick Mahomes with a 4x multiplier in the Super Bowl in comparison to just Patrick Mahomes, 1x points is a lot different, even if you already accumulated points from Jalen Hurts. So it all depends on how many points each player scores throughout the playoffs, you know, so it's anyone's guess. But yeah, you do get to choose a new player. For any spot that you lose each week, you are choosing new players, if that makes sense. Godfather, what's up, bro? Senior Cinnabon says, I'm going all in on the Bengals. And that's really like the best way to do it. You know, most people would argue is to just pick two teams, you know, NFC and AFC. At worst, 3 teams. I would say 2 teams, though, that you think can make it to the Super Bowl. And at the end of the day, build your team around that, you know. Because think about it this way, too. Here's another point we haven't really thought about, right? So if... let's look at tight end. That'd be fun. If you think the Niners are going to the Super Bowl, okay? No, this is not the type of point I want to make. Hold on. All right, if you think the Bills are going to the Super Bowl, okay? Then it's best to choose Devin Singletary or James Cook at the beginning of the challenge. Watch them advance each week and earn the points multiplier in comparison to having Saquon Barkley for 1 week. You know? Because if the Giants are out of the playoffs this week and Barkley only accumulates 12 fantasy points in comparison to Devin Singletary, who has the 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x into the Super Bowl, you have a much larger advantage. So you would see teams out there last year who were passing up on superstar players and choosing players from teams that they thought would be in the Super Bowl. So that's another way to look at it as well. What if I want to switch out a player that advanced for a different player? Is that possible, or is that player locked in? Good question, Cinnabum. Yes, you can swap out players. So, like, this is where you have to make that decision, right? Let's say you picked... You know, for the first round, you picked all Niners players and you picked all Bengals players. Let's do the Bengals, okay? They all earn that 2x going into round 2, right? But then you're starting to look at things. Let's say Brock Purdy gets injured, God forbid, right? And you're sitting here with all Niners players who have the 2x. You can make the decision to drop all those players, but you lose all of the 2Xs, right? That's kind of a tough, I don't know, because that's injury, right? But regardless, like, let's say you pick, you know, the first week you pick all Eagles players and all Bills players, and you get to round 3 and you just don't think the Eagles are going to beat the Niners. You could, in theory, replace all your players who have the 3x with Niners players. But the gamble would be is if the Niners lose, then you lose all of those 3x multipliers going into round 4. But yeah, you can absolutely do that if you want to. And I'm not saying those are pretty drastic situations, but ultimately the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, they're going to give you, you know, that's the advantage and disadvantage of having the points multiplier, is that you just can't swap out players on a weekly basis, you know, looking at momentum of where teams are at on a weekly basis, so to speak. You have to make the decision, do I want to keep the points multipliers, which are ultimately going to be the most valuable thing in the challenge, or, you know, do I want to pivot to a different team? Which I would say in like round 2 would be the best time to do that, because you only lose out on a slight advantage in the points multiplier. But and then you can still gain, you know, 1, 2, 3 X by the time you get to the Super Bowl. So it's okay to pivot too. But those points multipliers will be very valuable. But yes, you can absolutely do that, Cinnabone. J-Dub Surprise Charger stack. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I like it. Pray, John, I picked my players. Is there anything I have to do to like lock it in or something? Nope. Once you choose your players, they are locked in. So keep that in mind, guys. Once you pick your players, it's finalized. So make sure you think about what you want. Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. It doesn't lock until the first game starts. That's right. You're right, Albert. That's right. But after round 1, you will have players locked in. That's what I was thinking of. After round 1, like, pray, if you don't change your lineup, for example, and every player you pick advances to round 2, you know, like they're locked in. Oh, no, that doesn't make sense the way I'm describing it. They're not locked in the sense that the following week you can't drop them or swap them out for new players. They're just locked in for that week until the game is played. Does that make sense? I felt like I was a little confusing there. Ignatius, so it resets every round of the playoffs. Yes. But the point being is players who are in your lineup that are on teams that advance through the playoffs earn the points multiplier. And for any players that were on teams that did not advance in the playoffs, you just earn whatever points. You know, so basically what you want to look at is the score right here. You're accumulating points throughout the entire playoff challenge. So, you know, you're trying to just add the most possible points to your total score. And the nice thing is that it's going to count your total rank. And this ranking is going by, if I'm not mistaken, it's not going by our group. It's going by the, you know, because so like when you look at groups out there, right, like the fantasy footballers always have a massive group for this. Bills Mafia, the Bills fan base usually has a huge, you know, there's Eagles fans, Lions fans, whatever it may be, right? There's large groups out there that do this. So, you know, us being the Catch Fam group, like this ranking that it's going to show you is going to be for everyone out there that's playing. So it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. But I want to get our group as large as possible. Look at that. We're like four pages back. That's not too bad. We got 26 people in here. If we could get to like 50 to 100, I'd be super happy. That'd be super cool, man. But you will see by the time, you know, playoffs start, these groups are going to get a lot larger as well. For sure. I've got ours set to private. I mean, I guess I should make it public. I just thought it should be private. I don't know why, but anyways. I just closed out the rules by accident. All right, so I'm just going to read this basic how to play, and then I'm going to pick my team, and then we'll kind of hang out for a minute. But I plan on tonight's stream being a little bit shorter. Ignatius, no sleeper mock tonight. No sleeper mock tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow, Steven and I will be on. Excuse me. We're doing fantasy awards, then the predictions for the playoffs. So we're going to run a little bit of a special stream tomorrow, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we'll run some mocks. So plenty of mocks coming this week, but I was just taking a little bit of a breather from everything. And wanted to go through this tonight with you guys. And yeah, we'll do plenty of mocks this week, though. All right, getting started. Select a team of 8 players. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, tight end, kicker, defense. Come back each week of the playoffs to update your lineup with available players if necessary. You could win a trip to the Super Bowl. Okay, so this Super Bowl tickets again. That's what's up. J-Dub's fantasy awards to like fantasy MVP, biggest bust, best kicker of the year, things like that. All right, bonus multipliers. Earn a bonus multiplier for every week a player is in your starting lineup. So, example, you select Aaron Rodgers, Too soon. Too soon, guys. Rogers will earn 0.0 points for your team during his bye, but will then earn double points, 2x. Oh, this is just going over if you pick a player on bye. In the divisional round, he then earns 3x to score for the conference and 4x for the Super Bowl. Players lock at their scheduled game time each week. So basically, like, you know, even if you didn't pick any players by Saturday, you could still pick from the Sunday pool. And we have Monday night football for the playoffs this year as well, so you can pick from the Monday pool too. That's basically it. That's basically it. That's all you really need. So, all right, I'm gonna pick my team. Let's do it. That's what you guys been waiting for. I really feel like I'm gonna go with Josh Allen. I mean, oh my gosh, CJ Beathard. I need to click out of that. Okay. I feel like I'm going to be pretty basic here and go Josh Allen. I mean, for me, it's Allen, Mahomes, or Burrows who I want to ride with here. And then if we go Allen, we're basically locking in the Bills. And so you want to take the stack, right, with Diggs. Oh, gosh. Running back, I mean, gosh, 81% for CMC. I just can't blame anyone for going that route. I kind of want to go Barkley. Albert saying Giants beating the Vikings first round. I don't disagree. I think they have a really solid chance. Jags beating the Chargers, or Jags beat the Chargers earlier this year. I feel like defense is pretty straightforward. I feel like I want to go the Niners. I'm going with the Niners defense. Oh, and I forgot I can change this. It's not locked in until each team kicks off. But I think I mainly want to go... Like, with the NFC, I really just want to go with the Niners. But I kind of like the Eagles. Ooh, it's tough. Oh, I can see the Bucks beating the Cowboys for sure. For sure. All right, so we got Niners defense down. Albert, I went with the Mahomes and Kelsey stack. I mean, I really can't blame you there, man. Really can't blame you there. I think I'm going to go Robbie Gold. I'm going to go with Gold. He's been a beast this year. And I could see them getting the Super Bowl, if not the championship game. Caleb, what's up, man? I'm not very big into college football at all, but the game tonight was awful. I did see some of it. It was bad. What's up, Caleb? Tight end. I want to go Kelsey or Kittle here. I feel like Kittle's going to have a really big week this week. The Seahawks have played pretty poorly against opposing tight ends on the year. Who else is out here? I kind of like Hawkinson, but I just don't know how much I like the Vikings. They just worry me. When the Vikings play bad, they're like the worst team in the league. When they play good, they can compete with anyone, you know? Oh. I'm going Kelsey. I'm going going to add some Chiefs players in here. Yeah, Dawson Knox is interesting. Caleb, we're just running through the NFL playoff challenge, man. Are you voting for the most fantasy points by position out of all those players? Essentially. If you want to rewind the stream a little bit, we just went through the playoff challenge and all the rules and everything. So yeah. Ghost Hunter, I went Burrow, CMC, Eckler, Chase, Diggs, Kelsey, McPherson, and the Niners defense. I like it. Yeah, Caleb, we'd love to have you join, man. It's completely free to play. I'll go ahead and drop the link again Oh, I forgot that I pinned it in the chat, but also on Discord, you'll need, I'll drop the password for you guys too. I guess just be easier if I made the group public, like J-Dub said I needed to, but, yeah, man, it's free to play, and you can rewind the stream. We went through all the rules and how to play it, and kind of some different scenarios beginning of the stream. I can go over it again at the end of the stream. But yeah, you're trying to pick the team with the most players that will advance throughout the playoffs, including the Super Bowl. And just think of it as your fantasy lineup for the week. All right, GR, Allen and Diggs, there's almost no chance to the Bills and Bengals to face each other in the championship. I know I'm torn here. I'm torn. I think I'm decided on the Niners as my NFC squad. Because I like the strategy of trying to pick two teams early. Although last year I did pretty well in the challenge, and I kind of did the opposite. I kind of picked for multiple teams. So you just never know. Because like it can get to the point where like in rounds 2 and 3 and even 4, like there are players that really surprise us in the playoffs, you know. I'm torn on the AFC though. Albert says going to be Bills Bengals in the divisional round. Who would the Eagles play next week? I don't have the bracket pulled up in front of me. Part of me wants to take a shot on the Eagles now, but I feel like I have to stick with the Niners. Cowboys are Bucks. I just feel like AJ Brown brings such upside. Eagles would play the lowest seed who advances this week. I gotcha. It's tough. I can't decide on the rest. Alright, I'm going CMC. I mean, how do you not? Is it crazy that... Okay, listen, I think I am going to switch things up here. I think I'm going to have, like, 2 spots. I'm not going to go Barkley. I'm going to go Eckler. I think I'm going to have, outside of quarterback, RB1, wide receiver 1, tight end, kicker, and defense. So, easier way to say it. For RB2 and wide receiver 2, I think I'm going to bounce around players. And everything else, try to be a bet on who's going to the Super Bowl. Ghost Hunter says, I'm actually going to switch to Mahomes because I don't think the Chargers or Jags can beat the Chiefs. And that's the other way to look at it, is if you don't think you can pick the Super Bowl, which is fine, try to pick the conference champions. Or whoever's going to get to the conference championship, I should say. You know? And if you at least think the Chiefs can get to the conference championship, or if you at least think the Eagles can get to the conference championship, then pick players from those teams. What's up, Falcons fan? Good to see you, bro. If you guys are in the chat and you are not part of the playoff challenge yet, the link is pinned in the chat for you guys, and it's on Discord. It's been in the chat several times tonight. And the password is all caps CatchFam 2023 if you guys want to join as well. Completely free to join, of course. GR, so each week the multiplier is 2x, 3x, 4x. Yes. So if they advance to round 2, 2x. Round 3, 3x. Round 4, 4x. Tony, what's good, bro? Albert, I wonder if anyone is going to use McKinnon. Yeah, I thought about it. I'm not going to lie. I mean, if you think the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl, then it makes sense to choose McKinnon. Tony won my league. Let's go, bro. Congrats, man. Love it. These NFC wide receiver choices are doo-doo. Yeah, that's what kind of worries me is like... I got to pick my quarterback. But yeah, like... Well, we can take a look at receivers. It's like... Who do I pick? Debo? Juju? Oh, it's just tough, man. Wow, Tyler Lockett is 0% start. Albert, I want A.J. Brown and Diggs. I do like A.J. Brown. Like, I could see him being my wide receiver too, like I was saying. I'm just torn on the AFC right now. The Bills play the Dolphins. I gotta pick up or pull up NFL. I can't talk tonight. Playoff picture. All right, so that didn't help me. Bracket. There we go. It's literally on the thumbnail. All right, so Niners and Seattle play. Wait. Why am I so confused by this bracket right now? Oh, because it's the lower seed of each matchup. Okay, I see. Who do the Bills potentially play next week is what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so they are probably going to play Cincinnati. Now, Kansas City will play the lowest seed, so I don't know why this is, like, giving me a headache. Tony, we'll be running a mock draft Wednesday through Friday night, but no mock draft tonight. I don't have a set time. Just things are too crazy with the baby, so I don't give you guys set times right now. But it just really depends on what time she goes to bed. Probably 10, 10:30, 11 p.m. Eastern time. Ghost Hunter, I thought the Bills would play the Chiefs, and I realized I was dumb. Oh, man, I'm torn. I mean, I don't even need to be that torn. Like, I can still change this leading up to the weekend at any point. George, Packers once again crushed me. So brutal being a Packers fan. You know, I found myself rooting for the Packers in that game. I don't know how I would have felt if the Seahawks had lost and it would have been Packers or Lions, you know, because I do like both teams right now. But the kind of dirty hit towards the end of the game, then everything in terms of, like, I felt like that hit and then the little scuffle with the trainer and everything, I felt like that shifted so, like, that just shifted everything in the game. And that was the point where I was like, oh, I don't know, A, if the Packers can win this game, or B, if I'm rooting for them anymore. But, I mean, they had every chance to win the game. I mean, you know. What, 3 picks by Rodgers? I really, at the end of the day, I don't know if I was rooting for the Packers. I was rooting for Aaron Rodgers because you guys know I'm a Rodgers fan. So, yeah. It is what it is, I guess, man. Like I said a couple weeks ago, I want the Seahawks, some combination of the Seahawks, Giants, Packers, Lions to get in. I just don't want to see the Commanders in the playoffs. So we got that part, right? But yeah, George, I know it's tough, man. I'm sorry, bro. Tough loss. I mean, the Lions just played better at the end of the day. A lot to be hopeful for if you're a Detroit fan. If the Bills play the Chiefs in the AFC Championship, it's going to be on a neutral site. That's right. Yeah, Tony, we'd love to have you, bro. GR, I was rooting for the Packers as well. Christian Watson scored enough for me to win the championship by less than 1 point. Woo! Talk about a nail biter. 49ers are going to roll. Yeah, they're going to have a pretty good game. Sorry, Seahawks fans. I mean, they've played this year, right? What weeks did they play? I'm going to figure it out. Since we're here, might as well. The Niners beat them in Week 15. That was Thursday Night Football, 21-13. And they played... I'm going to find it. Don't worry. I'm going to find it. It had to have been early in the year. Man, the Niners played the Chiefs and the Bills this year and lost. Someone's probably already answered this in the chat by now. The Niners played the Seahawks in week 2 and won 27-7. Jeez. Jeez Louise. So I won't be surprised if they roll through them this week. Yeah. Ghost Hunter, all the players that could probably do the best in individual matchups aren't likely to move on. It's tough. I know. Yeah, Geno did struggle against the Niners. That's right, because week 1 was like, oh man, Geno Smith beat his former team. And, yeah. Or no, not his former team. Geno Smith beat Russell Wilson's former team. You know, Russell Wilson versus Geno, week 1. Geno comes out on top. And then week 2 didn't look so pretty, right? Although Geno still had a good year, of course. I'm happy that Aaron Rodgers could retire, but I don't want him to hear about. I don't want to hear him pouting about it all offseason. Yeah, I don't know what Rodgers is going to do, but I think if he doesn't return, he's retiring. Yeah. What do you guys think? George, I'm interested to see where D'Amico Ryan goes. Tony, the score seemed pretty close week 15, but the Niners dominated them. Yeah, they did, absolutely. Towards the end of the game, the Hawks got a little bit of footing back. Rodgers coming back, he's due $60 million. I don't know if he cares. It's just, it was a weird game last night. ×4 is nice till the guy gets 3 points. Yeah, I don't know what all that was with Rodgers last night. All right, I'm going Patty Mahomes. I don't know, man. Give me Diggs. Give me Brandon Ayuk. Oh, man. I don't know if I want to go Bills or Chiefs. Yeah, I think I agree, Albert, that the Chiefs are probably guaranteed to go to the AFC Championship. You never know. Never know. But, like, I just don't want to pick Juju here. I think I want to go A.J. Brown. I might go Jamar. I'm going to go Jamar. Oh, gosh. Lineup is set. But I can change it. Okay, good. ×2 Purdy can match Patty. Dude, it would be so gangster if you chose Brock Purdy and he won you the challenge. Ghost Hunter, I'm not touching Debo with a 10-foot pole. I know, right? Yeah, unless you have to towards the end or anything, yeah. I kind of like this squad right here. Are we fading Eagles, apparently? I don't know why. I love the Eagles right now. I believe in Purdy, too. I mean, what teams could the Niners ultimately face? Gosh, I need to pull up the bracket again. There we go. So they play Seattle, and then Philly will play the low seed next week. So it's just hard to say. I mean, basically you got Tampa Bay, Dallas, Minnesota, or the Giants. Just depends on who wins, and we're assuming that San Francisco wins this weekend. So, I mean, I can see the Niners defense playing well against all these teams. Man, if the Giants, no offense to Giants, and Tampa Bay advance, Tampa Bay's a lower seed, so Philly faces them. San Francisco, in theory, faces the Giants. Love my boy Danny Dimes, but you know, I don't know. It's just tough to look ahead. Ghost Hunter says, John, stop stealing my squad. Is that your squad, bro? Who do you think is going to the Super Bowl? Cinnabon says Eagles and Bengals. Yeah. I like that pick, man. I'm very torn right now. I'm usually not torn. Last year, I liked the Rams. And then I liked the Bills and Chiefs. And then, yeah. This year, I don't know who I like. I really don't. Which kind of sucks because, like, last year, if I was into sports betting, I probably could have made some right calls. This year, I'm into sports betting, and I don't like any calls right now. Niners could face Minnesota, Tampa, Cowboys. Yeah. Old man Brady. If Giants pull upset, they face the Eagles, don't they? Oh, yeah. Scratch what I said. I was reading lower and high in the opposite way. Don't listen to anything I say. Yeah, that's the thing, J-Dubs. It is anyone's game. You know? It truly, truly is. It's anyone's game at the end of the day. I think this is the lineup I'm going with for now, but it's subject to change. Alright, we don't need this. Alright, and of course throughout the week, if you guys have questions, be sure to let me know. Here's last year's group. We only had 12 users. Alright, so we've got 29 people in. Not too bad. Okay, and so once all the games start, we can look at each other's picks too. So right now, like, if I'm not mistaken, anyone who has a 1 has picked their team, but it's not going to show you the team until the games start, just so you can't go out and copy people, right? This year was hard for sports betting compared to last year. I'd like to go back to last year. Every team in the NFC playoffs should be scared of playoff Brady. I don't necessarily disagree. I don't think you can count out Brady. Yeah, so no matter what, Steve and I are going to pick our playoff predictions tomorrow. We did this last year. Like, we decided on picks for every game. And if we had put down a parlay last year, we hit every game for the divisional round. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but I am going to put down a parlay for it just for fun. Yeah, I love some Robbie Gold too, Cinnabum. Ghost Hunter, my Super Bowl picks are San Francisco and Buffalo, but I'm not super confident. Yeah, I feel like that's where I lie, but I still like the Eagles, I like the Chiefs, I like the Bengals, and I think there's got to be somebody, NFC or AFC, that makes an upset here. Like I said, when Minnesota plays well, they can compete with anyone. When they play bad, they look like the worst team in the league. I've seen buzz about the Cowboys. Everyone's counting them out. But head to toe, they are still a very good football team. The Giants, you never know. We're counting out Seattle, and feel good about that one. But I just like the Niners way more than Seattle. When you look at the AFC, I just don't know if at the quarterback position, Miami and Baltimore are going to be able to pull through. And that's no offense to Lamar Jackson, but we don't even know if Lamar Jackson's going to play. Jacksonville and the Chargers feel like the two sneaky squads in the AFC. And I feel like for the NFC, I mean, I'd have to say the Giants and Tampa Bay feel like the two sneaky squads. There's always a sneaky squad that comes through. When does the rookie QB curse come for Purdy? Oh. He's going to have to hand it off effectively to Christian McCaffrey and let that defense cook. Cowboys taking Brady down on Monday. Doesn't drafting your team on stream invite copycats? Oh, it does. Yeah, I don't care, though. You guys can copy my team, but I don't advise it. I'll probably screw everything up for you. But, yeah, you guys can copy my team. I don't care. But you are correct on that, J-Dubs. Cowboys do always choke in the playoffs, man. I'm not denying that. But this could be the year. Just like last year, you know. So, I don't know. We'll talk more about the playoffs tomorrow with Steven for sure. I'm looking forward to it. And, yeah, we're going to do some fantasy awards, go over this season, and what we got right, what we got wrong, MVP, blah, 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 best moments, worst moments, all that jazz, fantasy MVP. It's going to be fun. It's clear John copied my team because he's jealous. That's right, bro. GR, I like Bills versus Eagles or Niners. I know, it's just tough. Don't count on Cincinnati. I agree. I agree. Or the Bears have to trade down. They have to bear down. Right? That's a big debate right now. It's very early, but are the Bears going to trade out of the #1 pick? Are they going to draft another quarterback? Are they going to draft the best player available? Or are they going to draft a quarterback and trade Justin Fields? Or are they going to draft a quarterback and keep Justin Fields and see what the heck happens? I mean, I think they should just trade out. I agree. Who they trade down with is the main question. I guess that's true. Yeah, J-Dubs, I do feel like the #1 thing the Bears need to do is go out and get a dominant wide receiver one. Look at what it did for Hurts with A.J. Brown. No disrespect to Devonta Smith. Look what it did to Josh Allen with Stephon Diggs. You know? Although ultimately, you know, Fields' ability is on the ground, not through the air. But you could say people thought the same thing about Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts. So, I believe in Fields. Trade down with Texans for their 2 and 12, then trade with Colts for some other picks, and then draft Carter Anderson. I like it. I agree with the Chargers upsetting the Chiefs, but Mike Williams might be out. Yeah, it was interesting. Chargers just going out there with all their starters throughout like the whole game. You know? And wide receiver ones are hard to find, yeah. Yeah, I would say even more so with Hurts and Allen, right? All right, guys, so short stream tonight. There's my team at the moment, subject to change. I'm going with Mahomes, stacked with Kelsey, CMC, Robbie Gould, Niners defense, and I'm spicing it up with Eckler, Diggs, and Chase. So we'll see what happens. In theory, it'd be smarter to go with, like, Juju and Ayuk, but whatever. And Jared McKinnon, but whatever. My team looks really cool right now. But yeah, guys, short stream. I got a couple things I got to do around the house before bed. I apologize. I wanted to get on earlier tonight. The baby is actively teething, like the worst she's ever teethed. It's just been a tough week or two with the baby. And the nights are not easy lately. But, yeah, she's having a little bit of a rough time. Not really enjoying eating or taking her bottles. We're doing, like, syringe feeding. She's getting Tylenol. She's getting teething drops. Her naps are a little bit more difficult. It's just been a long couple of days. Really a week or so. But so I apologize. Streams have been getting pushed back a little bit. But just trying to do whatever helps the wife the most, and get on as soon as I can with you guys. But priorities, man. Priorities. Definitely worth it at the end of the night. I don't know how to explain this, but any of you dads out there, the way that she fell asleep on me tonight was like, A, it's just like the biggest relief once your baby finally falls asleep. But B, like, it was just super cuddly and cute. And I was like, all right. I remember why we're doing this now. Just saying, if John's going to keep doing this, I will copy him every round out of spite. Dynasty life in the house was good, my guy. What up, broski? Guys, if you are planning on playing Dynasty football this year, make sure you go check out Dynasty Life. Some great content over there. And just a good supporter of the channel and everything. So, small channel out there. You guys know. You guys know. We're out here supporting the small channels. So, go check out Stevie. He's a good dude. Help you guys out with any Dynasty questions you guys got. And he's been supporting the channel for a minute, so go drop him a sub. He's working hard over there, man. Yeah, Judy or Higgins rumored on the trade block. DJ Moore is a big one. Ghost Hunter, if y'all want to know what John's team looks like, just look at mine because he copied it. Bro, I'm about to change one of my players if you don't stop. If they wanted Judy, they would have got him the deadline. Now it's too late for him. Higgins might be available. DJ Moore would be beautiful. I mean, and that's the thing, man. Like, if you can get the right receiver next to Darnell Mooney, like, I still believe in Darnell Mooney, but he's just got to have, like, another receiver. Like, I believed in Devonta Smith a lot when you paired A.J. Brown with Devonta Smith. Like, I believed in Jalen Waddle a lot. You pair Jalen Waddle with Tyreek Hill, like, you get the right wide receiver one. It can really open up things for that wide receiver 2 spot. So, let's see here. I got you, Dynasty. Of course, bro. Of course. Yeah, Vegas got to re-sign Jacobs for sure. Bro, DJ Moore to the Bears would be sick. Plus, you got Kmet there, too. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in a bun if the Bears don't get a wide receiver one this offseason. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the car thing shakes out, Ghost Hunter. Man, George Pickens was meant to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. Who did the Bears draft this past year? They had a good draft in terms of the offensive line, right? But, like, outside of that, who did they draft? I'm so bad. This is why I'm going to suck at Dynasty. Velus Jones. Why am I out of the frame? What am I doing? All right, guys. So I am going to go ahead and wrap it up. That'll do it for tonight's stream. Once again, if you guys want to play the playoff challenge for the year, link is pinned in the chat for you guys. Password is CatchFam2023, all caps. Invite and password are both on Discord for you guys. Hit me up on Instagram or Discord if you guys need anything to help you guys sign up. But it's completely free to play. #1 overall spot in our group will get a prize. And don't forget, the #1 overall finisher for the entire playoff challenge will win tickets to the next year's Super Bowl. So, we did this last year. It's really easy once you get going, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good way to keep the community connected throughout the playoffs. Mayday's in the house. What's good, bro? What up, bro? What up? Velus Jones was a 25-year-old rookie, did not draft for Dynasty. Oh, yeah, I was not planning on it. Old man, he's probably already bald and not by choice. Hey, being bald is okay. It's okay. We do not draft bald players in fantasy, though. But it's still okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the short stream tonight. Although, well, we're still on for an hour, right? Yeah. I promise, guys, just taking a little bit of a breather. It was a crazy week last week. It's been a really long season. It's been a really long grind. But, I mean, we're still on for an hour tonight. And I still put out a video yesterday, or last night by accident. That video was supposed to drop at 12:30 p.m. I accidentally released it at 12:30 a.m. So you guys got a video at midnight last night. And then I released a video today, so I'm really not even like taking too much of a break, but it is what it is, right? Just trying to kind of go with the flow this week. But guys, we're going to run 2023 fantasy football mock drafts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We are going to do an auction mock draft, which was requested last week. I didn't have time to do it, but we're going to run one this weekend, more than likely, since those take a little bit longer. And yeah. So we'll have much more time this weekend, or this week I should say, to hang out and talk and everything. Tomorrow night, I don't know exactly what time. I'll let you guys know in Discord, but Steven and I will be on together. And like I said earlier in the stream, going through fantasy awards for this past season as well as playoff predictions. Also, sorry guys, I'm just like low energy tonight. I don't know why, so this stream like kind of sucked. I'm sorry for that. I know it's kind of scrambled and everything, but I apologize. Just been one of those days, so sorry, guys. But it happens. You guys know that. Mayday, much love to you, bro. Hope you won as well, my guy. I hope you had a great year of fantasy, broski. That's right, we do draft Lockett. He is bald. That's true. Yeah, most of my editing and uploading does happen around midnight, but I did not mean for that video to drop at midnight, but whatever. Well, I mean, it was a premiere, and a lot of you guys came out, so that's what's up. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night, Cinnabum. Yeah, we'll have Lord Big Head on tomorrow for sure. I should have top 10 quarterbacks and tight ends coming out this week for you guys for 2023 early ranking. So we've got early running backs and early wide receivers out for 2023. Make sure you guys go check those out. And, yeah. I'll keep you guys updated on what we're doing for the week. So, all right, as usual, the longest outro ever. I said I was ending the stream like 15 minutes ago, and here I am still talking. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Guys, hit that like button on the way out. Check out all the links down below if you guys are new to the channel. Check out the Discord. Check out the Instagram. Hit that subscribe on the way out. And I just appreciate you guys coming out. Join the playoff challenge. It's going to be fun. It's free to play. I appreciate you guys talking some NFL playoff football with me and talking about the fantasy playoff challenge with me. It's just sad. This is like the first stream where I can't, at the end of the stream, say I thank you guys for coming out and thank you guys for all the fantasy questions. Like, I just haven't really wrapped my mind around the fact that fantasy is over for the year. But that's why we do the fantasy playoff challenge, because it gives us something to do. And if your Underdog account is not restricted like mine is, and you don't know why it's restricted like I don't know, then go play some best ball tournaments, guys. It's another really good way to have something to fill your long, dark, soulless void of having no fantasy football in your life. There are best ball tournaments through Underdog. Double your first deposit up to $100 with promo code TheCatch. And that'll do it. So, love you guys, man. Love this community. Love the Catch fam. Hit me up on Discord, Instagram if you guys need anything. I'll be on tomorrow night. Let me know if you guys need anything, man. And that'll do it. So, yeah. With that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch.